Hi, this is Michelle from Raw and Real, and today I wanted to talk about how to give somebody comfort when they are starting to share and express some pain and grief that is coming up for them. I have seen a lot of really cruel things said and done to people when they are in the midst of grieving and releasing some pain from trauma. And I'd like to explain why that is. There is a thing called secondary trauma. And secondary trauma is when we either witness somebody getting beaten or hurt or something like that, or we're hearing about it from somebody else. That triggers in us, we actually have these mirror neurons in our brains that create in us this empathy where when somebody is sharing a mood or a feeling with us, we vicariously experience that. So when somebody is sharing with us that they were raped or molested or beaten or that they've lost somebody, that triggers in us a deep well of pain that if we don't know where to go with it, sometimes what we do is we want to quiet them down. We want it to go away because we don't want to have to deal with that. And so what we do is we tell people, oh, just get over it, or why aren't you over that by now, or you just made it up, or you're just looking for attention, or it's not that bad, or, well, at least you have a great life now, aren't you grateful for that, or think positive. And we say a lot of things that maybe we might think are helpful, but actually are quite damaging. One of the reasons people are not over it yet is because oftentimes when that original situation happened back when they were younger, they didn't get comfort for it either. And so what ends up happening is they end up freezing those feelings, and they stay frozen for years. And so they remember that lack of support and they remember that shaming, and they don't ever want to venture having that happen to them again, and so they don't ever bring it up again. So if somebody finally gets the courage to start opening up to you, the last thing you want to do is to shut them down again by minimizing it and by shaming them and that type of thing. So the best thing to say is, wow, I feel really honored that you trusted me enough to share that with me, and I'm really sorry you had to go through that. How can I support you? And you really didn't deserve that. It wasn't your fault, and you're so courageous to have gone through that. Some other things that we can say is we can let them know about some other resources that can help them. I can certainly be here and be a friend for you, but no doubt you need other people to help you too. So all the different 12-step support groups, they've got anything from Narcotics Anonymous to Gamblers Anonymous to Alcoholics Anonymous, but then they also have Al-Anon and ACA, which is Adult Children of Alcoholics, and they even have SIA, which is Survivors of Incest Anonymous. All of these groups can be found online. They have in-person meetings, and they also have over the phone. So if you really cannot find one in your area, they usually have phone meetings over the phone, so do a quick Google search for that. And in terms of comfort, empathy is about your pain in my heart. So how can I, share with somebody, that I care about them? We certainly don't want to shut them down and to shame them and to minimize their experience just because maybe it's triggering for us. And we can even tell them, this is really triggering a lot of really uncomfortable feelings in me that, I'm not quite sure to handle. So I can only imagine what you've gone through, and so maybe we can get these resources together. Maybe I'm not the best person to help you, but maybe we can research this together, or I know some other great resources of people who have gone through this. So when somebody opens up to you, we all have a community responsibility to be there and be supportive, because what ends up happening, feelings buried alive never die. And that's the name of a book, and it's so true. And what ends up happening is when people disassociate and they can't deal with their feelings, it comes out in addictions, it comes out in acting out, whether in violence or some other destructive way. And so if you don't like some of the things you're seeing in a family member or in society and you'd like to change that, The way to be a change agent is to be a person who shows love and empathy. And the only way you're going to help create that ripple effect is by doing that one person at a time. So be a safe person for somebody to share with. Do some research and figure out these different resources on how to help the family members or even yourself. If it's happened to yourself and you've constantly been shut down, do not lose trust in the fact that there is nobody there for you, because there are safe people that you can share these things with and open up with in a safe manner, and they will not shut you down. But you need to find somebody who's been trained in that and somebody who's on their own journey of recovery as well. So I am going to be working on, for this coming year, some different conference call workshops that I'm going to be offering on putting this all together in a comprehensive way. So for some of you who have not found any safe place to be able to share this with, and if you'd like to join, I'd like to create that kind of a community for you. So if there's anything that you would like to see me talk about or share with or offer, feel free to either message me at itrawandreal@gmail.com, or you can message me through YouTube, or you can post it down below. So hopefully this video was helpful to you. I know that, sometimes people feel a little shy about leaving comments on such a public forum like YouTube, but there are so many people out there dealing with this, and they're putting on these masks and hiding it. And if you show the courage to share what was happened to you and leave comments, then it encourages others to do the same, and it takes away the stigma. So again, my name is Michelle with Raw and Real. Thank you very much for watching, and if you are finding this content helpful, if you subscribe, I'm going to be having more, and if you click the like video and you share it with people who might need it, you might actually make a huge difference in their lives. And if somebody has shared this with you, it means because they care, and maybe they didn't know how to say it, and so they wanted you to get this message, and perhaps maybe they can be an ally for you. Take care.